Yeah.
I think they kind of wrapped the whole thing up. And yeah, man, they've been doing this forever. They had one where Jason Voorhees was in space. I mean, it got pretty bad there for a while, and then they finally cleaned it up a little bit. Halloween never got quite that bad. It got away from it. They tried to do serious redos, but the point that we're just saying is that genre of horror flicks never really had a series of films like they did in the late 70s, early 80s that have continued on. It's almost like, there's some good ones out there, but they try to do these remakes, and it's just not going to cut it. It's just not. And the funny thing is like, most people remember Jason, but they don't remember because they never saw it. The first one was actually Jason's mom was the killer.
Yep.
It wasn't Jason Voorhees. We highly suggest you go see it. It was the great actress Betsy Palmer of soap opera fame who just hit it out of the park, man. Hit it out of the park. She was great. Yeah. And a lot of good actors. Kevin Bacon was in that. You remember he was one in there, and he's a big star. Just a lot of fun, man, and a lot of great movies. And like you said, there's just not, you can't hold a hat to it.
No. And there's some classic theme songs, right? So if you hear, the theme to either Halloween or Friday the 13th, man, you're already getting the creeps. It's like looking over your shoulder, going, "All right, man, when's the knife gonna get me, or the machete, or the hatchet, or whatever, man?" It's
just as iconic as the Jaws theme. Dun dun dun. I mean, how iconic is that? I mean, those movies, and a lot of times those the great composer. Oh gosh, what's his name? Something Williams. I'll think of it here in a second. He's the one that came up with Indiana Jones, Jaws, all these Star Wars, all these great. He's like the modern day Picasso, or not Picasso, but Beethoven, coming up with all these theme songs. But a lot of times, like the Halloween, ding 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 ding, that was just the director messing around on a piano, and no one will ever forget those theme songs, like the Friday the 13th soundtrack and the Halloween, and that that added to a lot of the eeriness as well. But those first movies were just unbelievable. And a lot of times I think Halloween, it was more, it's not what you see, it's what you don't see that made it scary. He was always kind of around. You always kind of were looking through the eyes of Michael Myers and stuff. But Friday the 13th, man, there was gore and blood and right in your face.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sitting there snoozing in the bed, and then all of a sudden, big old knife coming through, from underneath. It's like, man, my man's got stealth mode, It's like, great movies, man. Yeah, but you hit on a key point, right? Let's think about it. It was just some good old fashioned entertainment, right? Just a good old horror flick. No political innuendos, no nothing.
No,
just out there schwacking people, in the middle of the woods, right? And you always knew if the chick was trying to run away, she was going to trip and fall. And it's like, come on, really? Quit looking behind you all the time. Sit there.
Just leave.
Go. Keep going.
Yeah, run out the front door,
Don't go back in the house. Don't go look around. It's like, get out, And I can remember, it's like that whole, especially in the movie theater, right? Where you got a bunch of people in there. Everyone's like, get out, go, run. I mean.
Oh, dude.
Nope.
Yeah,
it's like schwack.
I'm gonna go hide in the machine shop with all the sharp blades.
yeah, or I'm gonna go hide in the closet, right? That have the louvers on there, which I haven't seen a louvered closet in I don't know how long, right?
Yeah,
staring through, looking at the wood paneling. All of a sudden, you see the shadow. It's like, oh. Let's talk about retaking back America. Let's think about it for a minute. Ask yourself this very question. Are you better today than you were 2 years ago? Let me say that again. Are you better today than you were 2 years ago? I mean, I can tell you for me, the answer is no. Absolutely not. And I'm absolutely astounded and disgusted at what the current administration is doing and how some of my fellow Americans and their thought process is absolutely mind-boggling to jeopardize us Americans for our safety. for our finances, for our children, for just our overall country. So let's dig into things here a little deeper, right? Let's hit finances, because that's probably the first and foremost on everyone's case. We've got a federal government that is out of control, that is spending money like nobody's business. And oh, by the way, we're eating it. Whether it's, oh, I worked and saved money for my kids' education, but don't worry about it. We'll give you guys a break. Well, how about you do this there, federal government, right? And I'm not a big fan of the federal government. And I'll do one inject on something I think they should do here in a minute. But how about you talk to these schools and the rackets that's going on? Because they're money-making machines, right? That's all they are. I'll throw Vanderbilt University under the bus. Vanderbilt sits there and mutilates children for money. They've said it. It's on video. You can't take that stuff back. Right? So you got these young kids that are confused because, again, big tech putting crap in their head. These teachers that aren't in check, sitting there putting crap in their head. And then next you know, you've got parents, which personally, if you're a parent taking your child to get mutilated, you probably need to get picked up by protective services and get that kid into some custody where they're going to be loved and taken care of. But here nor there. Vanderbilt basically said, hey, we'll mutilate kids because we're making $40,000 plus. And oh, by the way, if you're a doctor that rebukes what we say, you'll be. Why don't we get those cats in check? But they don't, right?
It's never too early to play holiday music, and it's never too early to start thinking about gifts. Holidays are coming. Whether it's for your friend or the friend in your pants, you can make this season a jolly one with Manscaped. Do your little drummer boy a favor and use the Lawnmower 4.0 to avoid another silent night in the bedroom. Then you can add in Manscaped's top-of-the-line shower products to have all the ladies thinking, all I want for Christmas is you. Santa cares about his sack, and you should care about yours. Look nice when you are getting naughty by going to manscaped.com and use the promo code OTR20 with free shipping and 20% off. Make sure you check out that Performance Package 4.0. It's the top-of-the-line premium package that Manscaped has to offer. And also those new body wash premium products are coming out. Make sure you check those out. Again, go to manscaped.com, use the promo code OTR20, save yourself 20% and get free shipping. They make great gifts. Your balls are going to thank you for it. Amen.
Yeah, buddy. You know, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. And listen to me, my fellow Americans, listen to me. Quit believing the propaganda, fear that's being pumped out from the Dems and from the media, right?
Yeah.
They're instilling fear into you. Oh, don't vote Republican because, oh my God, they're going to destroy everything. Okay.
The end of democracy.
The end of democracy, right?
Really?
This great republic that we have built has the potential to go away within a week. Let that sink in, right? It does if you vote the Democratic Party, because let's think about it. In the last 2 years, look at the devastation they have inflicted on this country. Okay. Now, I ask you this, apply common sense, please. Think about this. They're going to sit there and tell you, you know, abortion and all this other stuff. Okay. We'll get to the abortion thing in a minute, but abortion only touches certain individuals, right? Let's think about this. Every time you pull up to the gas pump, you feel it. Every time you go to the grocery store, you feel it. Things that you may need to buy for your family. Now you're sitting there going, do I put gas in the car? Do I buy food? Or do I get Johnny a new set of sneakers? Or am I sitting there digging through my drawer trying to find old paper and pen to send him off to school? Right? And we'll get to the school part and all that indocting that they're doing here on a sidebar. The bottom line is this. You feel it every time you go to purchase something. Your dollar does not have the same power it did 2 years ago.